Welcome to Population Health and Health Policy, Nursing 810. I'm creating this short YouTube because we had to cancel class this evening because Edgewood campus is closed. But I did want to cover a few things in a short YouTube that I typically cover when I introduce this class. And I have also opened a discussion board where you can pose any questions you have about the class. And I'm hoping we can discuss just a little bit. I think the fact that students did so well on their Mod 1 assignment, and it was a fairly comprehensive assignment for Mod 1, that takes you a long way towards getting off to a good start with the course. So as you can see, I currently have the syllabus up, and just a couple things I'd like to point out in the syllabus is that I've got the modules covered here in a rather cursory way, but I've also got a schedule posted at the end of the syllabus that covers this in a little more detail. So as you look at the course essentials, I would say that the essential that is most central to this course is Essential 7, in which you're learning about population health. And unlike Nursing 600, which I know a couple of you have taken Nursing 600, which is a course on clinical prevention as well, and at this community level, I think one of the emphases of 810 is really to think about clinical prevention within healthcare organizations, and the degree to which healthcare organizations can include prevention along with caring for people who are sick, which is obviously a very important part of our healthcare system to provide excellent care when people need that care. But as I could tell in your assignments, you also thought it was very important to include prevention, including primary prevention, to prevent health problems from occurring. I would say that these other essentials really underpin the idea of clinical prevention and population health. You know, the importance of science, the importance of organizational and system leadership, which all of you are training, are in this program to take these leadership positions and these advanced practice positions that are so pivotal to changing our healthcare system, along with healthcare policy as well. So a lot of the aspects of the syllabus are the same things that you'll see in a number of syllabi, so I'm not going to go over those. I'll go over the assignments in a little more detail when I get to the schedule. As one of the things I would like to point out is that these module assignments will usually be worth 5 points, but for example, Mod 1 was worth 7 points because there was more going on with that assignment. But typically they'll be smaller. You do get graded on leading and participating one online discussion, and so I've broken down the points for leading and participating, contributing to discussion, and also writing when you're a discussion leader, you will write a summary and reflection on the discussion. And then we have 3 other assignments, which I'll go through in more detail. So first I'd like to start with the expectations for discussion, because I've highlighted these in this part of the syllabus, and we'll talk about that a little bit when we go to the discussion board later on. So the first discussion post, so first of all, discussion leaders will create at least 2 questions, and that's to get the discussion started. There may be times when you want to post more than 2. And those will be posted to the discussion board, and it should say by this is, and you would share these with the instructor by noon on Sunday and then post them to the discussion board by 8 a.m. on Monday. And so what that means then is people can start the discussion on Monday if they want to. But the first discussion post isn't due until Tuesday. And by Tuesday it means anytime before midnight on Tuesday. And I'll have these instructions also posted on the discussion board. And then that second post is due by Wednesday. So what this does is it gives you a little wiggle room. You can post Monday if you want to, with your second post Tuesday, or you can wait and post Tuesday with your second post Wednesday, or other configurations. If you're not leading discussion, you are also encouraged to discuss questions if you want to post a question to discuss. Sometimes that comes up as a follow-up to somebody else's post, but I just don't want to discourage you from thinking that if you'd like to post a discussion question. I think these are some guidelines that Dr. Pollack has for discussion posting, so I've just copied those into mine. I think they're helpful guidelines for your discussion posts. I'm not going to go over those. You can read those on your own. And I think that is essentially what is covered in the syllabus. I did send to you, so you're seeing another screen up here while I open another document. I did send this calendar due date to you, and now that we've had to revise our first class, it's a little bit out of date. I've updated that, and I'll send that to you in an email before 5:30 this evening on January 30th. And so here I've just outlined these due dates for things to make it more crystal clear. When you are leading discussion, I appreciate it if you can send me your discussion questions. I can take a look at them. Sometimes I have a suggested revision. And then here are and then once I respond to you, and I'll be aware of this short turnaround time, I'll respond to you so you have a chance to get this posted by 8 a.m. On the day that it starts. So the reading assignment is due on a Saturday, and I believe the discussion forum starts on Monday. So all of these dates are in here. So for the module assignments, the drop boxes are under the relevant module. All right, so that is that document. And then the last document I'd like to look at is the document on the course assignments. And because this is a course in which it is encouraging the idea of improving population health, especially within this healthcare system, I have included that in the description. So the first assignment is to propose an initiative to improve population health that originates or interfaces with a healthcare organization. And by a healthcare organization, I mean a hospital or a clinic or some part of what we think of as a typical healthcare organization. Now, it interfaces with means, maybe if it originates from the healthcare system and interfaces maybe with a community organization or some initiative, or proposes some initiative, some way of connecting with the community. Or it could originate from a community organization, but it's interfacing with healthcare. So the idea is that collaboration between something going on in the community and the healthcare system. It should be a novel idea, so something that you are proposing that does not currently exist, is not currently being used or been used in the past. And so the first assignment you'll present that for Mod 3 when we meet again in March on the 13th. And at this point, it's just an initial idea. And you can see that it's basically getting your thinking started on what this might look like. You'll all have an opportunity to present your ideas, and that kind of should, even just hearing what other people are doing, will help you start thinking about your own initiative as well. And then the final paper is a more developed initiative, and you are welcome to stay with the same topic or to have an entirely different idea for your for your final paper. And I want to leave the door open to that because as we move on through the semester, you're going to be exposed to new content, and you might come up with a totally different idea, or you may want to revise your thinking, or you may want to focus on some aspect of this initiative that you think is especially pivotal, for example, or some strategy that you think would be especially effective. I'm happy to answer any questions you have on these assignments. And so you'll have your final paper, but you'll do your presentation a week before that final paper is due. And I think that is helpful as well, because once again, you get to share your ideas with the class, hear what their ideas, and you have a week to make any tweaks to your paper or even make some revisions if you would like.